What is up, Tube? It's Friday, 9/11, our shop anniversary. So happy anniversary to my shop today, guys. Today is 9/11. Not to take away from 9/11 from 19 years ago, guys. It was a sad day on our American history. And God bless all the people that passed away. You know, rest in peace. You know, anybody who's affected by that. Not to take away from any of that. Of course, this is a sad day in our history. But today, 9/11, also happens to be the day that I opened my shop. I opened my shop on 9/11 of 2009, guys. 2009. I remember that day very vividly. It was a Thursday. I remember I worked up into the day we opened the shop. I worked at another shop. It was called Big Boy's Barbershop out in La Puente and Almani. I worked at both of them. I used to kind of be one of his managers and help them out a lot. And, you know, great guy. He let me work there till the day that I opened my own shop. Even during the time when I was going to open my own shop, I went to him and I told him that I was going to open my own shop, and that if he needed me to quit, I would quit. You know what I mean? Because I know how it is. People don't like people working at shops when they're going to open their own shop. And he was very, very nice. And he told me, no, you stay here. You work with me until it's time for you to open your shop. And when you're ready to go, you just go. You let me know. And he let me work there until that Wednesday. I worked that Wednesday, and then the very next day I opened my own shop here in Azusa. Let me give you a little insight about our shop. When we opened our shop, it was, I say our shop because at that time it wasn't my shop alone. Actually, it wasn't even my shop at all, for those of you guys that don't know. I had a very good friend of mine who, his name was Raul. His name is still Raul, actually, but he's still a good friend of mine. And he wanted to open a shop, and he told me, he was my client at the time, and he had a lot of trust in me, and he was always, come on, big guy, open a shop, you'll do good, trust me. And at that time I was always telling him, like, I don't really have the money for that, dude. I don't have money to open my own shop. It's a lot of work. It's harder than you think. And he kept pressuring me and telling me, like, come on, man, I'll put all the money up, we'll open it, we'll give it your name, and then when the time comes, I'll sell it to you. And at that time, at that moment, I was all like, what the hell? Like, this guy trusts me that much, you know, and he had faith in me, and you know, all I needed was faith in myself, you know, because that's all I was going to take, you know, some grind, some you know, some mentality to just do it. Go along with it. Go take the risk, you know. All I had to do was losing my job at the other place, you know. That's the only thing that was really holding me back there. And so I just decided to take the leap of faith, and I did it, and it worked out great, guys. You know, after 3 years, he followed up on his word and sold me the shop. At that time, I knew the time was coming, so I started preparing myself, you know, monetarily, with my credit score, trying to get my paperwork in order, trying to get everything in order for the time came I could switch the name of the shop into my name. And that happened 3 years later. But so our shop's been here for 11 years. I remember that first day we opened up too. We had 2 other barbers that came to me the night before. It was Alex and Fido. They both came from me from another shop. They were having trouble at that shop, and they were going to come to our shop to start working at our shop because our shop was brand new. And, you know, it was, seriously, guys, it was because of them that I think that I did so good. Because in reality, you know, we were a brand new shop, you know, like when you open a brand new shop with like, and you know, I'm from Azusa, but nobody in Azusa really knew I was a barber at that time. So, you know, it wasn't like a lot of people came because of me. They came more because of them. They were local barbers from here, from Azusa. They brought over all their clientele. So I remember that first day we opened, we did $5 haircuts. $5 haircuts. And for 2 days, we did $5 haircuts. And there was a lot of people that came through, a lot. And I don't know, to me it seemed like with those two guys coming in, you know, they made my shop happen like that right away. You know, I give them all the credit because they had all the clientele. At that time, you know, I had my 10, 15 clients, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't as many as him, you know. Those guys had a lot. They were a lot more seasoned barbers than I was at that time still. They already had been working around this local area. They had a lot of phone numbers. A lot of people were always calling them. So, you know, that helped out a lot of my shop, and that actually, you know, I was very lucky and made very successful very quickly. But that's not to take away from anything that we did. You know, we worked hard. We opened up. At that time, we only had 3 barbers. You know, at that time, my shop only had 5 chairs. You know, over the years, it expanded a little bit, got a little bit bigger. Hold on, guys. Let me order some food real quick. Can I have the 2 sausage McMuffin with egg, please?
Okay.
The 2 for $4.50.
Okay.
And then let me have a large iced coffee, vanilla.
Okay.
And then let me have 2 more of those medium coffees like that, same way.
Same medium vanilla, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll be all.
Vanilla iced coffee, 2 medium vanilla iced coffee, and then the 2 separate.
Right.
Okay,
thank you. I got the boys a coffee this morning. I know Biz don't drink coffee, so I got one for Raul and one for Dave. Today we're gonna have a full crew at the shop. Anyways, I was telling you guys about the story. So when we opened up, you know, that very first day, I remember, you know, it was cracking that day, man, and the shop looked totally different. I'm gonna try to post up some pictures of it right here if you can see. But the walls were all white because everything had just got painted. We literally put the shop together the night before we opened up. We were still, that night before we opened up, that Wednesday night, I was at the shop till like 2 in the morning, like finishing, putting stuff up, painting, and just trying to get everything right so that when we opened up our very first day, it would look nice, you know. And we were very successful, I think, at first, you know. And even over the years, guys, I mean, like, it's been a very successful shop. We've always made money there, you know. That we've had our highs and lows. I had time when business was just super booming. It was just, business was great. Then there was time when, you know, some of my barbers left and business went down a little bit. And then there's this year. And then this year is like, there's been no year like this year. You know, this year's been the craziest, worst year of ever. You know, the business has been the worst. But little by little, we've been just grinding through it, pushing through it. And you know, we're going to make it through. That's the important thing. That's really the important thing, is that we're going to get past this. So that's part of that. That's a little bit of my spill right there, guys, for this morning. I just wanted to share a little bit about my shop. You know, I'm not gonna lie, guys, and if it sounds corny, me and my wife always talk about this, but I'm super proud of not myself, but of my shop for lasting this long, for, you know what I mean, going through, enduring different things, and there's been some crazy stuff, guys. I have stories for you guys that things have happened at my shop that I haven't even spoken of yet, you know what I mean? It's been a roller coaster ride, needless to say. It's been up and down, you know, like sometimes you're up here, sometimes you come down and you go back up. You know, right now we're at the bottom of that roller coaster ride, and we got to climb back up again. And I realize that, you know, like, for instance, like today I don't see it being very busy, and it's a Friday too, you know, like, Fridays have always been big days at my shop, and right now we're struggling. We have 4 barbers. I don't have too many appointments today. You know, the weather is shitty right here. Kids aren't in school. You know, everything's kind of effed up right now. There's a lot of people that don't have money and need a lot of, you know, it sucks. It sucks right now. It sucks. It's difficult. It's hard. But you know what? That's life, guys. Life is, you know, it's not always going to be roses and sunshine. It's not. And that's something that you guys have to realize that and know that, you know what? Life is hard. Times are hard, and we got to be hard. We got to be harder than that. You got to be able to survive. You got to be able to participate and do what we do. You know what I mean? And it starts every day by getting up, guys. Getting up and just getting up and doing it. Grinding. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Never give up. I refuse to give up. That's how I look at it. But I'm here at the shop right now. I'm gonna get started on this day. I got an appointment right now at 9 o'clock. Let's do this. Yeah, 11 years ago today. So when we did open the doors, you know, at first, like I said, guys, we were doing $5 haircuts first 2 days. And after that, we jumped into, we used to charge $10 for regulars. And it was I think it was $11 for razor fades at that time. And back then, we really didn't do a lot of razor fades with the machine. It was razor fades with the straight razor. So we used to charge an extra $1 for that. And I remember we were always pretty busy. We were relatively busy. You know, we started off with 3 barbers, and I remember like 2 years in, Raul decided to add 2 more chairs. So we had a big back room in the back, and he took the back room out and just extended the barbershop all the way to the back, and then added 3 more chairs. So we went from a 4 shop to a 7 chair shop. And you know, at one point, guys, I had 7 barbers. We were packed in there. You know, it was a lot of barbers, and business was booming, and business was great. But, you know, last few years, business has diminished. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to make excuses, you know. It's just, it is what it is. You know, your barbers become really good barbers, and eventually they want to go do their own thing, you know. That's one thing I've learned about being a barbershop owner, is that none of your barbers are going to stay with you forever. None. They're always going to be there. They're always, you know, from the first day that we started, I'm the only one that's left, you know, like. Fido stayed with me for 9 years. He was at our shop he left for 1 year, then came back, and he was there for almost 9 years. He would have made it to, he almost made it to the 10 years. And he moved on last year at the beginning of in the middle of the year. So he's been gone over a year already. But you know, that's what it is. And then you go out and get new guys, and you bring them in, and you train them, and you develop them, and you try to, you know, try to work the way you work. You know, that's what I try to do. I try to work by example. I work hard, I work fast, I work hard, and I expect my barbers to do the same. You know, and I'm hoping that they do the same. And most of the time they do, but sometimes, you know, there's always bad apples. You know, I've had to get rid of a lot of barbers. I've had to fire a lot of barbers. Barbers are like that, guys. Barbers, especially older barbers, they come with bad habits, and you know, and then the new barbers, and you put them with new barbers, and the new barbers develop those bad habits, and that's what you don't want to do. You know, you want to maintain a nice, strong structure, a nice, strong stable of barbers, you know, and sometimes that's difficult because, you know, eventually when the barbers start passing you up, like they start passing me up and becoming more relevant, not that more relevant, but more people are coming to see them, that's when they know, that's when they usually end up leaving, because they feel like they're doing all the work and you know, not making all the money. And you know, in a sense, it's kind of is like that, but that's part of the game. You know, you want to make all the money, then you got to be the shop owner. You want to be a shop owner, then you got to do all the shop owner work, because guess what, this shit ain't easy. It's not easy at all, guys. It's hard. It's not just cutting hair. That's just the smallest part. You know, being a shop owner there's a lot of things. It's being an entrepreneur. It's being, every day you're a businessman. You know, like you got to make sure that rent is paid every single month, so that you could keep earning, and everybody else that works for you keep earning. You know, I don't just worry about myself. I worry about my crew. I worry about my boys. You know, I want to make sure that they earn, because, you know, days like today that aren't too busy, you know, and we're kind of just sitting around, you know, I get on my phone and start, you know, putting messages out and, you know, texting people and trying to get people to come back into the shop, because I want them to come back, because right now, you know, we're in this stage in our shop where it's just, you know, we're surviving. But 11 years ago today was a crazy day, guys. It was crazy. It was fun. I remember that day very well. My friend Raul, he's such a good guy, man. He was there the whole way. You know, he was, you know, for me being for him being the shop owner at that time, and me just running it for him, he was the greatest shop owner a guy could want. You know, anything I needed or anything I wanted, I just asked him, and he would get it for me. You know, it was awesome. It was awesome working for him. It was awesome being a manager for him. And then when it came to be time to be the the shop owner, you know, it showed me a lot of things. It showed me how I got to be a shop owner too. How, you know, like something breaks, don't be a cheap ass, just fix it, you know. It's part of being a shop owner, you know. Things are going to break, things are going to happen. You got to, and you always got to have some kind of revenue or have some money there to fix those things, because if you don't, then things start falling apart. You know, think about it, 11 years, guys. 11 years is a long time. There's a lot of things have changed in that barbershop over 11 years. 3 of those TVs, two of those TVs have been up for 11 years, if you believe it or not. Since the day we opened, those TVs are still going. They're still going. The 2 ones in the 2 corners, those are TVs are one of the few things in that shop that are still there from the day that when we first opened. But I just want to share those memories. It's you know, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's been a great trip. I love being a shop owner. I love having my own shop. You know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication, you know. It takes a lot out of you, stress and everything, but in the long run, it's so worth it. And just to know that that shop is mine. What I want to do now is expand. I've been wanting to open another shop or open a school, you know. Either one of those have been my dreams, and I've been sitting tight. I mean, I'm kind of glad I didn't do it the last couple of years, because right now, look at where we're sitting right now. It'd be really hard if I had 2 shops. But I'm gonna go get some lunch again. I went to the other spot. They didn't have what we wanted, so I came over here. I'm gonna go give it something to eat right here. All right, guys? I'll see you guys back at the shop. Yep, 11 years ago today. I can't believe it. I remember the 2 months before we opened up, because that's what it took for them to build our shop. Our shop, it took 2 months to put together. It wasn't like we just slapped it together, guys. There was no sinks in there. It wasn't really set up for a barbershop. It used to be a water store. So I remember my business partner, Raul, when he bought it, he's all that, let's turn it into a barbershop. And I told him, well, we don't have sinks. You know, we need sinks. Barbershops have sinks. So, man, when he built this shop, he built it the right way. He had somebody come in and straight dig out the concrete, put in sinks, add the 4 sinks, you know, pipes running to the middle, into the sewer. It was all legit job. So it cost a lot of money to build this place. I remember that. When he built it the right way. A lot of times nowadays, when people start a shop, they won't even worry about sinks. They'll just put stations wherever they can. There usually is no sink right next to your station. You know, I'm lucky I got a sink right next to my station. So we put it together that way, and that's the way it came out. But, man, I remember those 2 months before we opened up. Me and my daughter, Janelle, we used to always come down here, and after work, I'd come over and I'd grab my camera and I'd come down and start taking a lot of snapshots of it being built. So I actually have a lot of pictures of when it was being built, before it was actually Big Al's Barbershop. So you know, it's funny because I documented everything, and so I have a lot of pics. I have a lot of pics from, I'm gonna try to load some up on this video. I have a lot of pics from the day that we opened up on 9/11 of 2009. And I have some pictures there. I remember a lot of family came down here. We bought pizza for everybody. It was cool. It was such a good day. It's a great memory. Even last year we had a 10-year anniversary barbecue out here. It was always awesome, man. We had so many people come by. You know, it's crazy because a year later, business is so depleted now, and even like today, you know, today wasn't that great of a day. I mean, it's a Friday and everything, and you know, like even myself, like you guys already know, my shot is to try to do 16 haircuts. Right now, today, I barely have 8 haircuts, so it's been a very slow day. My boys, they're trying to get through this. You know, they probably got 4 or 5 haircuts each, you know, at least, maybe 6. Some of them, Raul probably has 7, you know. But it's just been a slow day. There hasn't been that many people coming through here. The days are ugly. The weather's horrible. It's not as hot, but it's just the weather's horrible. There's smoky in the air. You can see it behind me. It's not a very nice day. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm sure it has a lot to do with the fact that we're still in this pandemic, and, you know, people just don't have the money to come out and spend $25 on a haircut. That's the way I look at it. But it is what it is. Finish this day off strong, guys. Let's see what we can get into. I didn't really videotape no haircuts today. I'm sorry. I tried to, but in the end, it's just, when it's a new client, I try not to, I don't want to really videotape them because I don't want to put them out there like that. So I try to take my time on that. Well, boys and girls, that's it for today. This day is over. Pretty weak ass Friday, to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I did 8 haircuts. One of the other guys did 6. The other guy did 5. No, I did. Yeah, no. Raul did 6. Biz did 5, and what's the name? Dave did 4. So it was just a relatively slow day. Just nothing going on, guys. It just seems like real quiet. I'm telling you, when we were closed down, when we're on lockdown, it was a lot busier. I was slam busy, but now it seems like people are just kind of like staying away. But then again, you know, the weather's all jacked up right here. I told you guys about the fires. Told you what's going on around here. You know, it is what it is, guys. There's other things too, just kind of, it's just depressing, man. But it is what it is, guys. Today is 9/11. I feel bad for all the people that perished 19 years ago. That's sad. If you guys weren't around at that time, it was a horrible moment in our country. So I was definitely around at that time. I remember that day very vividly. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. But on the other note, 9/11 is also the shop's birthday. So today's our 11th day birthday. I shared a lot of memories with you guys today about how it was here and what we went through, and you know, the guys that work with me. A lot of barbers have come through here, guys. There were guys that were with me for 5 years. A guy that was with me for 9 years. You know, there was other guys that were with me 3, 4 years. You know, a lot of barbers came through here that didn't make it, got fired right away. You know, so but hey, guys, every single one of them was a part of the shop, and I appreciate every single one of them. Yeah, I don't know if they watch my videos or not, but if they do, thank you, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. But that's it for today. 9/11 is over. Tomorrow is Saturday. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day than today. Today wasn't that great of a day. I told you guys. It's just kind of been it's like whatever. We're surviving. 2020 is definitely about surviving. It's not about thriving. At least for here. I don't know. I don't know how it is in other shops. I look at other people's shops and I see other people are business is booming. So what can you do? Can't do nothing about it, guys. You kind of just roll with the punches and keep moving. That's what it's all about. But that is it for today, guys. I will be back tomorrow. I guarantee you that. I'll see you guys mañana. Grind on, guys.